Well, hello, everybody. It's Webinar Friday. This is Mark Comfort and my wife Mimi, she's getting ready to go on vacation. Girls trip, can you believe that? Well, we're all ready to go on vacation, aren't we? And luckily our business has picked up so incredibly much in the last actually 3 months. So much of that I do think is it's not a coincidence that as people get vaccinated, more people are making vacation plans. So today's going to be a very good day. We want you to hear about all of our wonderful vacation partners. Today it's going to be with the Globus family of brands, talking about how they are analyzing what's going on in the world and how touring is going to look and what new things they've come up with. All this, I hate to call it free time, but this last year's there's been a lot of free time to come up with great ideas, from safety protocols to new types of touring that will meet the demands of the public as things are right now. So I am going to say this to everybody. We appreciate your business. We want your business and referrals. Keep us in mind. We are strong. We will make it through this, and we will be here for you. And there's never been a more important time, as I see, to get the counsel of very, very professional vacation specialists like us that know all the policies, not only the policies with the vendors like you're going to hear today, but also the policies of the different countries, as well as our country that you'll be traveling to. So with that said, we're going to send it over to one of our favorite people, Robin Piper, who is our representative, our wonderful representative for the Globus family of brands. And Robin, thanks so much for doing this today. We appreciate you hosting this.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. I could not agree more with you that really now is the best time to have a travel counselor. And we're going to talk about some really cool things that Globus has just kicked off. So I know many of you have been with me before. You've traveled with Globus and with Avalon, but today I want to tell you some great news. And it's actually that Globus has designed a brand new way to tour. It's the U way to tour. And you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? The U way to tour. So we did a survey with Mintel Research, and we asked people, after the pandemic, when you're ready to travel again, what's going to be the most important thing to you? And we're really kind of surprised, because seeing the main tourist sites, that's usually been the most important thing. But right there behind it, almost there, is flexibility of itinerary. So we really kind of noodled on that. And because we know that this is so important, whether it's your first trip to Rome or if you've been to Italy before, we want to make sure that you have that flexibility. So a brand new idea was born. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so what if I told you we had something that had freedom and flexibility and choice? Well, we do now. And, we're going to do that one again. I'm so sorry. And it is called Choice Touring by Globus. So let's take a look at what that all means. So here is one of our choice touring options. This happens to be Hot Tam, Scotland by Design. And you'll notice that wherever there's a little marker, that is a Your Choice excursion day. So in addition to all the included sightseeing that we had previously on our tours, we also include some meals and the things that you are used to with Globus. We now have in 3 to 4 cities, and this one happens to be 4, we have a day where you have Your Choice options. So these are occasions where you have a choice of many different unique excursions to do that day. And the great thing is they're already included. So these are just 5 of the excursions that you have a choice of doing on this Scotland itinerary. First, maybe you want to sip. Maybe you want to take a behind-the-scenes tour of the first first distillery in Oban and get involved in making that signature whiskey with a tasting. Of course, we can't not do a tasting. And then special guided tour of this little coastal town to hear about the legends and the lores of giants and maidens and chieftains and bring Scottish history to life. Or maybe you want to play a round of golf. What? We've never been able to offer this before. And so I'm super excited. And I know Mark and Mimi will be too, because I know Mark loves to golf. But you have that. We will set up the tee times. We will set up the golf clubs, everything that you would need. You just decide what your handicap is going to be. We don't get involved in that. Or maybe you want to pedal around Inverness and see this beautiful area on 2 wheels with an expert. And this is all going to be a leisurely ride. You'll go to the locks, you'll go along the canal, the boat gardens, the nature reserve. And even in Scotland, did you know in Scotland you can see dolphins? And these are all going to be e-bikes. So we're really excited to give you that option. Or maybe you want to delve into history. Think of Macbeth, think of Shakespeare, of course, but here you can actually go learn more about the history of this area. And then, of course, we have to talk about royalty. And I bet you think the Queen is a big boat fan. Well, we're actually going to take you on the Royal Britannica, and you'll get to actually have a dinner and swap stories, and we'll actually have some royals on board. So much different set of options, right? And there is no cost to any of these new itineraries or these new your choice excursions. And you can tell, even the names, they're just fun, right? And that's what this tour is all about, is giving you choice, giving you fun, and letting you decide, when you wake up in the morning, what you want to do. We're also going to be offering more stays in particular areas for 2 and 3 nights. So let's take a look at California Dreaming by Design. So this one, you have a choice between riding or gliding. You can ride the rails on the Fox River train or glide across the Mono Lake in kayaks. You could go trekking or tread lightly. So you can trek along Yosemite with a local guide, or strike gold while treading lightly in the Wild West up to a ghost town. That sounds fun. And then you also have soaring views or singing the blues. You can elevate your spirit with the soaring views of Mammoth Mountain on the tram ride, or you can sing the blues during a visit to Folsom Prison Museum, and you'll experience the stories of Johnny Cash's groundbreaking performance. But you can make these decisions prior to your departure, or a few days ahead, or even on tour. So this just gives you much more flexibility. So now that you really understand some of the choices, let's take a glimpse into a tour. So this itinerary is Veni, vidi, vici, and it's an 8-day exploration of Umbria and Tuscany. And afterwards, you can actually even add on a visit to Rome. So on day 1, people can say, I came. They'll arrive in Rome. You'll arrive in Rome and transfer to Ostia and begin your adventure. And then on day 3, you can say, I saw. This is going to be a special day of your choice selections. And check out these great selections. I mean, these are totally fun. So you've got trek. So you can actually go chasing waterfalls and you hike up to the most famous Marmore Falls, which is the highest man-made waterfall in the world. Or you can gaze and get a little bit romantic and go to the heartwarming excursion to Tara, which is the birthplace of Saint Valentine, protector of lovers, and spend some free time at the saint's tomb and take in the breathtaking scenery. You can do that as you gaze, right? And then how about a stroll? This is diamonds in the rough. You can actually go truffle hunting with those beautiful little truffle hunting dogs. So that's really neat. And then you get a little cooking, a cooking class and wine afterwards. So this is just, again, a couple of different things, you know. So in Siena, you're going to have that guided walking tour. That's something that you're probably used to with Globus. And then again, in Siena, you do have some choices. That's a your choice day. And this one, it's a cooking class or a bicycle ride, you know, hosted bicycle ride, or you can even do some more historic tours. So let's talk a little bit about these new itineraries. We do have 7 of these in Ireland, and I'm sorry, 7 of these in Europe, and we're gonna start off with Green with Envy, Ireland by Design. And this is one of my favorite destinations to travel to and to sell, because, you know, if you haven't been to Europe yet, this is a great first start, right? So this one is gonna start in Dublin and go all the way to Bunratty. And you're going to see the Cliffs of Moher, you're going to see the Aran Islands, you know, lots of great stuff. It does include some meals, and it has a great hotel, the Galmont Hotel and Spa in Galway. And what I love about this is you are actually 2 nights in Dublin, 2 nights in Westport, 2 nights in Galway. So you could, if you wanted to just go out and explore on your own, you could totally do that, right? So on one of your free days in Dublin, for example, you could go to the Guinness warehouse and do a behind the scenes tour, learn how to pour the perfect Guinness and also have a tasting. Or maybe you want to, you know, clap your hands and stomp your feet. You could go to this great Irish cabaret with singers, world champion dancers, so many great choices. Or maybe you want to take in some Irish stories and some spirited swigs. So this is a tour of the rich literary heritage of this area. It's kind of a literary pub crawl. So it's educational and entertaining and a lot of fun. And then this ends with a hearty pub dinner and some drinks that are included. Oh my goodness, Greece by Design. Or I'm sorry, oh my goddess, Greece by Design. This is another one that I love this destination. It is very, very popular. And this also, you can add on a 3-night cruise that takes you to Santorini and some of the other must-see sites and islands. So this is another one that, you know, you have lots of choices. Again, just one of the days you have in Volos, you could do a half-day biking tour around the coastal port of Volos. You could also do a Greek cooking class, which, I mean, that is always hard for me to pass up. I love our cooking classes. Or you can stroll the Centaur's Path and learn more about the authentic charm of this traditional village and stroll through the cobblestone lanes to a stone mansions, tiny churches, and so many fountains. So really a little bit of everything on that particular day in Volos. Alps Out Loud, Switzerland and Lake Como by Design. This is a fantastic area. If you haven't done Switzerland, it really should be on your list. And with this one, you know, you also get time in Zurich, but you also get 2 nights in Lake Geneva and 3 nights in Lake Como, and they are not to be missed. And if you'll notice, in Lake Como, you actually get 2 different choices of your choice excursion days. Everything from tasting Swiss chocolate to wine tours and wine tastings to, you know, a stroll through town. So lots of different choices on this one. Veni, vidi, vici, Umbria and Tuscany. We talked about this one a little bit more in depth before. Like I said, you can add on Rome, which is a lot of fun. And this is one where we do have artistry classes. And we also have where you can play golf. So that's always popular. What about Portugal? Now, I know Mark, is a big fan of wines from all around the world, and this one is a great destination indeed. This is our Rock and Rhythm with Portugal by Design. It's round trip out of Lisbon, and let's just talk a little bit about what you have to choose from on one of your choice days. So you could do Taste, the sweet side of Portugal, and there's a little town halfway between Lisbon and Porto, and you will indulge in these amazing flaky pastries filled with a rich egg custard dusted with powdered sugar, and they were created by the Carmelite nuns in the 16th century. Or you could pedal and roll on the river, take a leisurely bike ride through this area, and see two iconic bridges, breathtaking views over the river, and even enjoy a Portuguese lunch at a restaurant along the way on your route. Or maybe you want to float. This is a really neat one where you can actually, get out there in nature and see this beautiful landscape from a different perspective. And you'll also have a light lunch at a restaurant at the end of your artful tour. We do love our Portugal and Spain, and they are known for wonderful, wonderful wines. And this one is no exception. This one actually, a lot of these we have September and October departures already for 2021. But this one I love. I mean, when you're given the chance to take flamenco dancing lessons, you should always do it, right? Unless, of course, you want to taste a little wine. But either way, we've got you covered. And then Hot Tam, Scotland by Design. We talked a little bit about this before. This is a very comprehensive visit of of Scotland, and you're going to see some really great off the beaten path locations and destinations. So let's talk about North America. We do have a couple of great North America itineraries. This one is from the top, and it features Western Canada by Design, round trip out of Vancouver, and you can extend your stay in Vancouver, so that's really a lot of fun. And why is this tour worth the whistle? Well, we have an elevating journey through the cities and summits of Western Canada. This is a flexible itinerary for both city slickers and tree huggers, including your choice excursions in 2 spots, including Whistler. And who doesn't like saying the word Kamloops, right? That's such a fun place to visit. They have so much beauty there. Mad About the Mounties. This is our Eastern Canada by Design, and this one again does not miss, right? You can extend your stay in Montreal. You have 3 great your choice days, and this one actually starts in September. And I think it's important to remember, as many of you have traveled with the with the Globus family of brands before, we still stay true to our markers, the access to the skip the lines and special treatment at the must-see sites. We'll still pick the perfect hotels that work because they're right in the center of the destination. We still have great tour directors. You're not going to be on your own. You have choices, but you will never be alone. We still have the tour directors and local guides there. And then, of course, we do have our first-class motor coach by our fantastic drivers that really take good care of all of our customers. Now let's go a little south, right? This one starts in New Orleans and heads up to Nashville, and you can extend your stay in Nashville. And I just, this one has all the fixins. It takes you all around the soul of the Old South, from the Magnolia State to the Music City, sultry nights, soul food bites, and historic sites of the legends, leaders, and lesser known heroes of the South. And you will have your choice excursions in Biloxi, Montgomery, and in Florence. And one of them that we talk about that we offer in Biloxi is a really neat guided tour of the O'Keeffe Museum of Art, and just it takes a whole different look at all those magnificent pieces of art. So that I think is interesting for a lot of people. Not sure what happened. Oh, there we are. So sorry. Let me get back on track here. California Dreaming, Northern California by Design. This is a 9-day adventure, round trip out of San Francisco. You can extend your stay in San Francisco, but what a fun way to travel as a family, right? We take children up to the, starting at age 5, but if you have college students, high school students, this is a really neat itinerary. And remember, in 3 different places, you all get your own choices. So it's a wonderful way to see this region. And I do love on this one, the stroll is actually, this is in Yosemite National Park, but it's a photography sightseeing tour. So you have a photography expert that is traveling with you, and you get to get some tips on, whether you're using your phone or whether you have all the equipment. You have got it all set up, and you'll learn a little bit about photography along the way. This one, oh my gosh, we don't have any itinerary like this within any of our other brands. This is Sunny Days and Starry Nights, America's Rocky Mountain by Design. And it actually starts in Billings, Montana, and goes all the way through. So you'll go into Idaho a little bit. You'll spend some more time in Montana, and then you end in Spokane, Washington, which is another place that is known for its wine and all kinds of different things. So this has so many choices for you there. And this one I have a hard time saying. It's our Mid-Atlantic America by Design, but it's the bold and the beautiful. I cannot say that to save my life. And here you're going to go round trip Washington, D.C., but then you'll also make a stop at White Sulphur Springs in West Virginia. You'll do Winston-Salem and have a day of choice touring there, Virginia Beach, of course, and I failed to mention Shenandoah National Park. So there's lots of choices along the way where you can customize your experience. Now, those are all of our itineraries, but I did want you to know that we do have a special offer, and that offer right now is 5% off 2020 tours or 10% off 2022 tours. Now, I want to make sure that you're fully aware of what is required to travel with us. So we are taking, we're taking bookings for the fall, we're taking bookings for 2022, and as it stands currently, we require either proof of full vaccination, that little card that they give you, or a letter from your doctor saying you had COVID, you covered, and you're cleared for travel, or a negative COVID test within 72 hours of your departure. Okay, so you only have to have one of those 3 things to gain access to Globus. Now, we are monitoring what individual countries and states and provinces require, but that's a good start to know that you have that. The other thing I want to remind you is we do have our Peace of Mind plan, and that does allow you to, up until final payment, make changes to your itinerary. So move it to a later date, change destinations, whatever the case may be, without land penalties in this case. So really, we've got you covered, both ways. We want to make sure you feel really comfortable when it's time to travel. Okay, so I think we shared everything we can about choice touring. Whoop. I just love that video. It really kind of encapsulates what this new touring choice is all about. And I also want to remind you to call the experts at Cruise Holidays of Kansas City. Their number is listed right there. I know they are taking appointments and doing consultations. So we want to make sure that we support them, and I fully support them. So because of that, I have an exclusive offer. If you book by April 3rd of 2021 for either 2022 or 2021 travel, I'll give you an extra $100 off per person. So, and Mark is shaking his head, and I always like to make Mark happy. And so he's even changed the location while I was talking. So I want to thank all of you for spending some time with me today, and let's get out there and let's get traveling, okay?
Hey, Robin, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
I know you're seeing it, we're seeing it in our business. Isn't it amazing how many people are planning their vacations right now for the end of 21 or 22, of course, looks like it's going to be maybe the best year ever. But I'd like you to just tell the audience how incredibly busy you all have been, as well as I'd like to tell the audience how incredibly busy we've been, which is a wonderful thing. People have had enough, and people are the pent-up demand is everything everybody talked about, and it's really true, isn't it? There's a lot of people making vacation bookings right now.
Yes, we have started to see, probably in the last 12 weeks, a nice increase every week of people who are ready to travel and ready to look forward. And I think it's really important from a mental state that, you know, it's a $250 deposit, and you have the ability to move that if you wish without penalty. Do yourself a favor and plan something, look forward to something. And we have that all available for you now.
You know that, and you said it earlier, that the travel with confidence programs, the insurance that we offer that has canceled for any reason, there's every reason in the world with the risk taken out of it is just as much as it can be to make a decision to do something now. Because I'll tell you what, I do predict, we're hearing it from everybody, that 2022 is going to be if you wait too long, it's going to be a challenging time to get availability, or you're going to end up paying more for it if you wait to make your decision. So again, that's why we're having webinars like this, to say it's time, it's time, it's time. We're here to help, and we'll go through all the things. If you're nervous about whatever it might be, we'll go through all of the options for you to help you not to be nervous, to take the risk out of booking a cruise or a vacation. And there's no question about it. My goodness gracious. It is so good for you. You know, I've always said vacations are 40% anticipation, 40% the experience of the vacation itself, and 20% reliving it. But I think at this point in time, the anticipation is maybe more than 40%. We all are looking forward to our next vacation. It's very healthy for you, very good for you. So Robin, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for that extra $100. That's very, very thoughtful. And we are here, we are strong, we are waiting for you, and we want to help you plan your dream vacation. So give us a call anytime. That 816-741-7417 number. We are taking appointments to come see us, or we can do a Zoom call like this as an appointment, or obviously just talk to you over the phone, whatever's more convenient for you. Robin, thank you so much. I love that choice touring. It's all about giving our clients choices and the flexibility and freedoms that they want. And I know that's going to be very, very, very successful. So I appreciate you taking your time to do this today.
I love to share this good kind of news. And, you know, excuse me, the one thing I do want to remind people, and many of you listening and viewing this today, you've traveled with us before, but we also, you know, we're great for reuniting people that you haven't seen for a while. So if you want to reunite and have some time, you know, time on a motor coach, we don't drive too much in the motor coaches, but, you know, just some time to get back in touch with your friends and family. Travel is the greatest gift for doing that.
I agree with that. There are going to be a lot of people want to spend time with their friends and family that they have not been able to do in the last 12 months. And you think about it, it has literally right now been about a year since the whole world kind of shut down, and we're all ready to go, and we're ready to create memories that last a lifetime again. And that's been one of the joys Mimi and I have had at our company, Cruise Holidays and Comfort Tours, for 32 years, to help people plan these vacations that truly create lifetime memories. So Robin, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And it's time to go vacationing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Get out there. Let's go.
Let's go. I like that. Thank you, everybody. We're open today. It's Friday. If this is on podcast and you are watching this at a later time, and by the way, you can go to our website and find the podcast for this webinar at any time under our events page, and you can have friends want to watch it again. You're welcome to do that, or family members. We'd love to talk to you and give you the myriad of options that there are out there in the world of vacation. So again, thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. And I know it's spring break for a lot of people, so enjoy yourself. My daughter's down in the Dominican Republic right now at a Nickelodeon resort, and she said it was even better than Disney, but it was so much fun talking to her as a mom about the lifetime memories that she and her husband are creating for their kids and our grandkids. So I just wish we were down there with them. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.